All right, I made it to camp. I'm at South Fork Park, just south of Elko, Nevada, and I was worried about the sun going down, so I went ahead and got my tent all set up. I still need to get my lighting system in here, but the Mini Peak 2XL, I put down this just for some extra protection on the ground. It's really dusty and dirty, and if you look here, there's all these little mounds of grass, which would make it very uncomfortable to sleep on. So I did bring my cot. Underneath that, I have got a climate insulated pad and a pillow, so I should be warm enough. I do have an extra blanket in the car I'll probably throw in there. The last time I checked, the temperature here tonight could get down to 19, 20 degrees, so it'll be a little cold. The wind has stopped. There was a little wind when I got here. I've got this beautiful view of the lake. There's a few campers out here, not too far from the lake. There's nobody next to me. I got my camp chair set up. I got my cooler out. I'm still going through some gear in the back. The next step is going to be to get my lighting set up in the tent, and then I'm going to sit down and think about having something to eat. I do want to show off this little thing I brought with me. This is a Alps Mountaineering. It's a little aluminum table that, boy, horrible to show one-handed. These sides fold out, and then it just goes together like that. It's a nice little table. It's aluminum. I thought I might need something to set my stove on if I was cooking outside. I will leave that in the tent just to keep things off the ground, because I have a picnic table and a nice little shelter here, so I will be doing my cooking here. I've also got this nice, I don't know if it's supposed to be a wind block, I guess. There's a fire pit over there. I can't use that, but the wind block here, if it's steel, I can just magnetically attach my Goal Zero lantern. I can actually put it up higher if I wanted to. That's going to work great for lighting up the campsite. I really like this this Lighthouse Mini. Oh, it'll go there too. Perfect. I'm getting all my solar lights out. I got to grab my let's see, my Crush Light Chromas are next, which are all back here in this little bag I have set up, which is all lighting and electronics for in the tent. So this actually will get wired up. I'll put my battery pack in the tent, and then when I'm ready for bed, I can go turn that on. And then, let's see, I got 2 of those, some extension cords if I need them. And I think, yep, underneath there are my Crush lights. I'll get these out in the sun. They're fully charged, but never hurts to top them off. I really should grab my sunglasses now that the clouds are gone. I'm sure my glasses are filthy dirty. So there's a nice little path here that took me down to the restrooms. Not too far from the car and the campsite, so that's good. Looks like a nice little building. I'm assuming it's open. I hope it is. If not, we might have a slight issue. So I came down here and came around this side. I noticed that the restrooms here closed. Oh, that's not good. And this one's closed. Only have a shower and it's closed. But I meandered around to the other side, and over here, of course, the restrooms are open, and they're very nice. Very nice. Automatic light kicks on. Very nice restroom. Let's see what the shower looks like. I could treat myself to a shower in the morning. Oh, it's steamy in there. It's like somebody already had one. So that's nice. That's really nice to know that I've got some very nice facilities down here. There is a concrete path here. But that does not take me. I don't think that takes me back to mine. I have to do the off-road path. So, but that's still not bad. It's very close. Oh, that sounds beautiful. Gotta get my sunglasses. And then I'm gonna start thinking about dinner. I brought a bunch of Mountain House meals. There are some pretty strict fire restrictions out here right now. And that means no campfire tonight. I did bring along a couple little portable fire pits. I brought my solo stove, campfire solo stove. And I thought I would maybe use that, but no can do, not here. So it's got to be pressurized gas canister. So I will fire up one of those stoves, heat up some water, and have a one of my selection of dehydrated meals. And then I'm going to watch the sunset. So that's going to be spectacular. Right, it's getting a little chilly outside to put on my beanie to keep warm. I'm going to make myself some dinner. And tonight, I'm going to go old school with a little Mountain House. And this package design is probably, I don't know, 2 designs, maybe 3 designs old. I don't know. Let's see what it says on the side. Best by March 2018. I'm sure it's fine. These things are good for like 25 years. And this is before they started putting the extended dates on there. So we're going to do it simple. I've got the Coleman Stove here. I've got my GSI kettle to heat the water up. And I'm going to eat it straight out of the package with this long spoon. Once I get the hot water in there, I am going to be using this Big Sky International. This is one of those insulated pouches to put your food in to help it rehydrate and retain the heat. And this one is pretty good. I've been real happy with this. I got a couple of them on a mass drop for a real cheap price, but it's extremely lightweight. I think it's Thinsulate or some kind of material like that. Very packable, very worthwhile to have. I need water, so because a lot of these campsites don't have water, these work really good. This is the Nalgene Growler. I carry these when I travel. If I want fresh water, they hold a lot, and they're square, which is nice because they fit in the cooler well. So I'm not going to do any exact measuring here because I'm going to want probably a hot drink afterwards because it is getting chilly. I'm probably going to have to switch into a different jacket here coming up. So I'll measure that before I actually put it in here. 16 ounces of boiling water, so that'll be easy to figure out. So let me get this old burner up and running. This thing is a classic. I love this stove. I don't use it that much because it's not super ultralight, but in cold weather like this, it's the only way to go. Once that generator gets warmed up, pump it up a few more times, put the water on. Oh, there we go. I've had this thing for, I don't know, for 10 years, over 10 years. It's old Coleman stoves, just work and work and work. Tonight's measuring cup will be this. This is the GSI mug, and the newer versions have measurements inside. So that's perfect. It tells me exactly milliliters, cups, and ounces. And this takes 2 cups of boiling water, so you just need to fill it up to this top line right there. That'll be perfect. So now we just play the waiting game. I believe we're boiling now. Oh yeah, we're boiling. I'm gonna fill that to the 2 cup line. Turn this stove off. Let that go out. I've already taken out the little desiccant packet, which is good. Let's see how big of a mess I can make here. That wasn't too bad. And then you always want to stir these up a little bit to make sure you get all the little nooks and crannies in there. Alright, that is all done. Going to seal it up nice and tight. Put it in this bag, and I believe it said 8 to 9 minutes. I usually find that that is a little, it's generally not enough. So I'll set a timer for like 10 minutes, and then I usually take these little elastics and wrap it around just to keep it nice and tight. And while that is going, I'll show you what I set up over here. I got another camera set up. So I did a time lapse when I was down at Lake of the Ozarks in Missouri, and I thought, how cool would a time lapse sunset be? So I brought up my little Alps mountaineering table, got my tripod, and then another Osmo action going there. So I'll go ahead and include the time lapse in this video, and then of course I also post that stuff over on my Facebook page, on the Barnyard Outdoors Facebook page. So it's always a good place to go look at that stuff. You'll see some different items over there. Well, the sun is going down. I had to switch to my puffy jacket here for a little extra warmth. I looked up the weather here, and it says that it's 47, but it feels like it's 44. There's just a little bit of a breeze, and it's just enough to make it really, really chilly. So it's probably going to be an early night. I mean, if I can get into that sleeping bag and be nice and warm, that's all I'm asking for tonight. I'm in Pacific time zone here, so even though it's only, what time is it, 5:40, 2 days ago I was in Central time zone, which would be 7:40. So I figure I'll be up for a couple more hours, and then I'll hit the sack, and then get up early and start my day, make some coffee. I'm looking forward to some camp coffee in my little French press. Dinner's ready, just in time. I need something warm to shut that off. There we are. I need something warm. It's getting chilly out here, I'll tell you. I wish I could have a fire out here. Even my solo stove campfire would make a huge difference. But I'm going to grab my dinner. I've got my seat, my chair set up right here, and look at this view. I'm going to sit, eat dinner, and watch the sunset. Oh, that looks really good. Beef stroganoff. Oh, extra creamy there. Well, that's going to be a good meal. Try this out. Oh, that's good. It definitely will warm me up. I got the best seat in the house for the best show on earth. That's amazing. Absolutely delicious. I'll show you this little trick here. When you have these insulated pouches, don't want to keep it in the pouch, but roll down the sides a bit, because inevitably your spoon will hit this side of the pouch and you'll drip food over it. This way it gives you a better chance of keeping the food off of your pouch. I've got my Keith titanium insulated cup here, which right now has some ice and a little bourbon, and later it will have some hot apple cider in it that will also have some bourbon in it. there's not a lot of light pollution out here. I am looking forward to an amazing, amazing view of the stars tonight. It is definitely cold, and I'm looking forward to crawling into this sleeping bag and getting some sleep for the evening, because I'm looking forward to some of that good coffee in the morning. Love campsite coffee. Thanks for coming along so far, guys. This has been fun. This is always a challenge. Anytime I go out solo, it's a challenge for me. I've never camped in Nevada, so this is a first for me. I'm definitely looking forward to it. And I'm looking forward to a chilly morning and good coffee. Oh, feet are cold. I am trying a new climate pillow that I got. That I really like the down pillow I had from them. But this one, they kind of sold me on because it's got that, you know, broken up foam. It's kind of like a My Pillow. I know it's not, but it's very big. It's a lot firmer. So I'm very happy about that, and I feel like once my feet warm up, I'm gonna just be absolutely fine. Well, it's 3:48 in the morning. I got woke up by a bunch of coyotes. Hopefully I got a recording of that. And I went ahead and I stepped outside, looked at the stars, and it is absolutely beautiful out. It is 22 degrees though. It is chilly. Very, very chilly, but it is clear, and it's great. Oh. Good morning. It is 19 degrees out. Look at that. Look at that sunrise back there. It's just amazing. It was not a bad night. I woke up by some coyotes and got up and looked at the stars, went back to bed, kept pretty warm, and now it's really cold. So I got to get some coffee going. I noticed there's some steam coming off the lake here. Not sure if you can see my breath or not. It's cold here, very cold. I'll make my walk down to the restroom before I start making some coffee, start getting stuff packed up and get back on the road. Not only probably the nicest bathrooms I've ever seen at a kind of a remote campground like this, but they're heated. Oh, that was so nice. If you've ever been out camping where you just have kind of a shed with a hole in the ground and a seat to sit on, you know it can definitely be challenging when it's cold out like this to take care of your morning business. So thank you very much, State of Nevada Parks and Rec. Cold mornings like this is when the old Coleman Exponent stove really shines. If you're using like an isobutane stove, it will it's so cold you don't get a lot of BTUs out of them. The evaporation temperature outside is too low for the fuel to evaporate efficiently. Whew. So the generator gets going. A few more pumps here. So I've got my Snow Peak titanium French press, and then a GSI fair share mug I keep full of coffee. Then I'm going to set this in the back of the car here so it can be at least a little bit warmer than the outside air temperature. Oh, there's the leftover coffee from yesterday has iced up. Sorry. Oh, that's nice. Some strong coffee. Whew. Coffee in the sunrise. Where is it? Why can't I not find the sun? Oh, there it is. Cheers, everyone. Now that I have a warm cup of coffee, I am back in the car. I'm going to warm up a little bit, and then I got to tear down camp. So I've got this nice picnic table over here. I don't know if you can see it, maybe, who knows. I'm going to utilize that. I am lucky it is so dry out here. There is no condensation in the tent. There is no moisture on the side of the tent, which is a pleasant change from camping in the Midwest. So it shouldn't be too much trouble to get everything teared down, loaded up in the car, and get back out on the interstate. I will probably make another cup of coffee. I don't know. I think I might forgo the Mountain House breakfast. It's just a little too chilly out to enjoy it. So I will grab some food on the road, do a little road trip foraging. Maybe at a McDonald's. I think I saw one in Elko. It's really cold. I'm not even sure if you can hear me over the sound of the heater. I should turn on my heated seat too, you know, to warm me up from both sides. Let's see, what does weather say this morning? Right now, you know, the cellular coverage isn't bad out here, but every once in a while it takes a while. Wow, look at this, we're having a heat wave. Temperature's up to 28 degrees, so that's good. I bet by the time I get everything packed up, we will be back over 32, so it won't be freezing out anymore. And let's see, the high today is supposed to be 55, so it's going to be a nice drive. As I'm tearing things down, I want to mention my little collection of Goal Zero lights I use around the campsite. I've got a Crush Light Chroma that I got charging here in the sun. I've got one of these, I can't even remember what these things are called. This is the Lighthouse Mini. And I hang this thing inside my tent, and it's like a little dome light, and then I run it off of a battery, an Anchor battery pack I have here. And then my Lighthouse Mini, which I absolutely love this thing. This is great for an area light. It's great if you just need to walk around a little bit. The magnetic base came in real handy. I've got this this large metal thing here, and at night I would just stick it right to the side of that, and it worked great for lighting up the campsite. And can also put it over here on this right here to light up the picnic table area. Very functional. It's rechargeable. If I want to, I can actually plug in my Lighthouse Mini into it. You can see it's got, if I can get the sun right there, you can see it's got a USB port on it, 2 amp output, and then it's got its own cable built into it that you just unwind and plug it right into charge. So this thing is great. This is absolutely great. This was my primary lighting last night, along with a Phoenix flashlight, which I used if I wandered around, or if I needed to look for eyes that might be staring at me out in the desert. I really didn't have too much with me in the floorless section of the tent, other than this Alps Mountaineering table, which worked good. I put my battery pack on that, and then of course I hung the light up top, and you'll see I've got a Night Eyes gear tie up here that I can hang things on. That works really good. I did a video about hanging items in these tents. These work really good because then they just roll up and go right into a small bag. And then my sleep setup, I've got this this Haisui cot. This is the large Haisui cot. Love sleeping on this thing. I do have a Snug Pack XL blanket that I keep with me just in case I need a little extra warmth to pull over me. I've got a North Face Furnace down sleeping bag. Underneath that I have a Climate Static V insulated pad. First time I used that worked really good. And then I got this for this trip, and this thing is amazing. I got a new pillow. This is also a climate item. This is the Climate Drift. And I'll have to take some time to kind of show how this operates. But this cover that's on it is soft. It's like it's filled with like broken pieces of foam. This thing is so comfortable. It's the closest thing to having my pillow from home with me when I'm camping. And then, like I said, this cover kind of unrolls from the top, and it has a cover that goes over it to protect it when it's in my pack with all my my shelter gear. This drift pillow, so you take this end up like that, and this is the cover. And the pillow just slides down into it. It's the first time I've ever put it away, so forgive me if I look a little inept. And it just folds over. And then it comes with a Velcro strap, so you can actually fold it in half. And the whole thing is pretty compact. It's definitely worth the space if you're looking for a good night's sleep. I like this for car camping. I should get that out of the way if I'm going to be talking to the camera, huh? I like this for car camping a lot. Trouble's filming. So, Climate Drift pillow. Very happy with this. So I got to start tearing all this stuff down, putting stuff away, getting things loaded up in the car, and get out of here. I really like this cot. It makes a big difference. I find the older you get, the more uncomfortable it is to sleep on the ground. And out here, where it's just dirt and rocks, you need something, either a thick sleeping mat or a cot like this. Take off my gear hanging system. I carry about 3 of these with me so I can have things at different heights. Also works great around camp if you have something like this big green thing out here. I can easily wrap this around it, hang more gear. Get that cleaned out. Make sure I didn't forget anything. This is the 1.5 inner with the mini peak XL, plenty of room for that cot, room for me to set my shoes next to me, flashlight. I have a little bag in there with some gear. I can take a tablet in there. It's perfect little setup. And once you get the hang of it, it's really easy to do, to work with and get set up. Here's this Alps Mountaineering table slash stool. I think they say you can use it as a footstool or a regular stool if you're, I think the weight limit is 200 pounds, so I wouldn't dare sit on it. But real easy to put away. Folds down, small, easy to take with me. And I set my cot up against this thing. You can see this, that ice is already melting off there, and that's starting to dry. This thing has actually come in really handy. I always put all my stuff sacks into one stuff sack. So when I take out my tent, I take that stuff sack. I think I put everything in my sleeping bag stuff sack or in one of them. So that way I only have to dig through my gear and hunt and hunt and hunt to try to find that one bag. This climate mat has a pretty interesting valve system here. It actually flips over based on what you're doing. So it's tough to do with cold hands. You see it says inflate. You can focus on that. It says inflate. And you spin it around to the other side for deflating. So that valve, when you're blowing it up, keeps the air in. When you flip it around the other way and you're deflating it, the air doesn't come back in. So it's a pretty nice system. We'll see how it holds up over time. But I was pretty impressed with this mat. Very nice. Like I said, this is the insulated static V, and this is the Recon. Here's something that when camping never happens. I got it rolled back up. Fits back in the bag perfectly. Not bad for the first time. So I got the inner out. There is a little condensation, so I went in and hung it up. I'll have to do the same with this, but I want to show what I've got underneath me. Underneath me I had this wool blanket and then this Tyvek ground sheet. And this Tyvek ground sheet I got from Luxe. But the reason I did this, look at this. There's not a lot of places where there aren't just mounds like this, little tufts of grass. So I found the flattest spot I could, but I still had to deal with some. So the wool blanket gives me a little more insulation and softens up some of those things as well. So this is what I've been doing usually. Like the Tyvek, protects the bottom of the tent, of course, and then using the wool blanket for a ground sheet as well. And here's the condensation. Here, and you can see it's all froze up. So this is actually where my head was, right? So I'm pretty sure that's all just me breathing coming through the tent right there, because there's none any place else. So anybody has any ideas? What do they do? Am I doing something wrong? Am I breathing wrong in my sleep? I don't know. Go ahead and post in the comments below. Let me know what you guys do to deal with condensation like this. I had a great time getting that climate mat to fit in its bag, but as you can see, I did not do that good a job getting my tent in, and I finally said I'm not going to fight with it anymore. I'm just going to get it loaded up so I can get out of here. That is it's an AquaQuest, and I think it's the, oh, it should say on here somewhere, and it doesn't. It's the AquaQuest dry bag. It's they're one of their dry duffels. I believe this is the 75 liter. So holds all my stuff. Just got a couple other things to put away. Get the car loaded up. I got to get my chair. I can get rid of my down jacket, which is great for warmth. Ooh, it's still a little brisk out. Throw on my Nebraska fleece. and hit the road. One more stop on the way out of here. I'm gonna stop by their garbage dumpster and dump some trash. And then I'm on the road again. Nice little camping area. It's an amazing view.